What are some of the typical behavioral barriers that make innovation so difficult in a company?
Inside a company?
Yeah.
Well, we definitely have things like the default bias. We tend to want to stick with the status quo. But we also have fear and uncertainty as very large risks that impact people's likelihood to embrace change. We also have things occasionally like overconfidence in ourselves. And here's where a change in our language inside companies can actually really help us to be much more collaborative. If we start to change our language from saying, I think that is actually very detrimental language to use. Why? Why? What's so harmful about saying, I think that? I think that we should do this. It involves our ego. I'm making a claim that is from me, that is very assertive. And if you challenge that, you're kind of challenging me. And that's not necessarily a very nice and collaborative approach. But there's a very simple change to our language that we can use to make ourselves much more inclusive, but also facilitate our ability to have much better conversations. And it's to use the word simply, my intuition is. If we say, my intuition is, it's a much gentler way, in some ways, to say the same thing. But what you're doing is you're saying, I don't actually have facts or evidence. I haven't run a randomized controlled test to tell you exactly what happens. You can say, my intuition is, allows people to now have a dialogue, a discussion. We can challenge what that intuition is, and then we can move towards, is there something we can do to get facts or to get evidence to do that? When we say my intuition is, and someone challenges it, they don't feel like they're threatening you personally. So just that little change in language can really help unlock collaboration inside organizations.